update on Annie Knight.
So I've seen online that someone by the name of Annie Knight are coming to the Gold Coast for schooling.
And Annie Knight are getting deported from Fiji.
Unhinged.
So unhinged.
Hey guys, today we're talking about Annie Knight, who has been labeled Australia's most promiscuous woman.
This shit unhinged?
Hi guys, welcome back to another episode, finally, of Annie Knight Unhinged. I've got my fiancé Henry back in the studio.
What's up?
It's been a little while and I feel like I haven't really given a proper update, which I feel so bad about because I've been getting DMs from you guys being like, what's going on with Annie Knight Unhinged? Like, when's the next episode? I've been dying to hear it, which is so nice. My life has just been so crazy busy and it's been hard to juggle everything, and I don't like doing something half-assed. Like, I like to give everything 100%. So because I felt like I couldn't give 100% to the podcast, I just needed a little bit of a break. But I do want to just pop back here and give you guys an update, you know, tell you, I guess, what things will be like for the second half of the year, because I would like to go back to being more consistent with it. But yeah, I brought Henry in so we can give you a bit of an update on everything as well. So yeah, I'm going away pretty soon for about a month. So this will probably be the last episode until I get back. So it might be more like September that we get back to regularly scheduled programming. But I've missed it. And Henry loves it too.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Annie to go away for a month. That's what I'm here to. No, I'm only kidding. No, it's just been sheep stations. It's one of those ones. Mum spoke to me the other day, and I'm usually pretty fluent with talking to her, and she was sort of like, "Why haven't you spoken to me in a while?" And I'm like, "I'm busy enough to weirdly not be able to do that, but not super busy." It's a weird time.
Yeah, it is.
It's like, I think we say that we blink and the hours between 7 and 7 just disappear.
Yeah.
Like, you'd go to, I mean, I'll do a plethora of jobs, Annie does her thing, and then suddenly it's like we're talking about dinner, and it's like, well, those little small things that make you feel normal, you just stop doing. So it's like,
yeah.
You know?
I literally said to my dad the other day, I called him for the first time in like 2 months, and I was like, Dad, I'm so sorry. Like, it sounds so weird. It's so hard to juggle like work life, social life, partner life, like all these things, and then remembering to call your parents. Like, as crazy as it sounds.
And it's a pretty good baseline to know where you're at.
Yeah,
I think. Especially
100%.
like with my little brother playing footy and stuff, I'm usually really good at messaging him, and I haven't been. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
It's been really busy. But we've been moving. Annie's been planning a trip. I've been trying to get my head wrapped around cricket and getting fit again a little bit. I haven't started either of those things really.
Henry's signed up to play cricket.
Signed up to play cricket. For those who know what that sport is, for those who don't, they don't for a reason, because apparently it's the boringest game in the world.
Yeah,
but
can't
I'm
wait.
very excited. Burley Sharks,
Yeah.
I believe. Shout out to the boys.
You haven't
very,
bet
very
yet.
keen. Missed out on their golf day in the weekend. Very upsetting. But yeah, that's really, I'm really can't contribute a whole heap because I've been pretty boring. I don't really have a whole.
Yeah, I think, well, I mean, we were both sort of weirdly being a little bit boring, but we have so much going on. I think like.
Dry July went well.
Oh yeah, so Henry and I committed to doing Dry July. It lasted about 5 days.
Lasted 5 days.
5 days.
Yeah. But like really good. I think I reflect on the last 3 Julys where I think most people would flirt with the idea of Dry July when it comes around. And like, it's a good idea in thought, but I've realized what it is. I was just talking to a friend on the phone before. The bad thing about being up in this part of the world, which is different to Melbourne, was talking about how much the weather influences if you want to drink or not. So in Melbourne, it's like miserable, it's freezing. The footy might be a reason to drink, but like really it's a lot easier to do down there. But the last Thursday, both Thursdays of July so far, I've messaged a group chat with Annie, Rachel, good friend of ours, been like, it's 26 degrees and there's no clouds and I'm thinking about a beer.
It's so easy to be
It's
like
horrible.
It's so easy to be a hermit in Melbourne, for example, where it's raining, cold in winter and you don't want to leave the house. But when it's winter here, it's so perfect. It's like the perfect day for a beer or an Aperol or whatever.
And I think we're achieving enough throughout the week where I'm like, we have to do something. And sadly, we are completely accustomed to this whole cycle of like, get through the week, have a beer, have a big night on the piss. So we've done that on most Fridays so far, but every other day though, to be fair, we haven't. So really, it's been 2 days so far of July that we have drank.
True.
So if you think about it like that, but we've never been Monday to Friday drinking.
No, we don't drink throughout the week.
Really, things just keep on rolling on.
Yeah.
Things haven't changed. July is still wet.
Yeah.
Opposed to being dry.
But yeah, I'm trying to think. We're organising to move house soon. So I've kind of spoken about on my socials that like we bought our dream home and that we're moving in finally. I think I bought it like 3 months ago. So it's been a while, but suddenly it's come
2
so
weeks.
quickly. Yeah, it's 2 weeks away till we move in. So we're trying to like pack up the house we're in at the moment, whilst also trying to get it ready to rent out. I'm also selling one of my other properties that I just decided was a little bit of a money pit and I want it off my hands. And then, I'm moving into this house. We're moving into this house.
Then Annie's going away. Annie's mum's living with us predominantly at the moment. Not that that's a problem.
No, it's not.
But as in, it's just one extra thing that usually doesn't happen. It's
Yeah.
just like, you know, all these little things are sporadically involved, which isn't really normal. So
Yeah. And then so we move into the house. I've got 5 days. Then we're doing a little housewarming with some of our friends. And then 3 days after that, I go overseas for a month. So it's just like a lot of different things going on.
Yeah.
Whilst also trying to plan a wedding, by the way.
Yeah. Which I'm sort of like, I have zero to do with. So I couldn't tell you where we're at with that, but apparently it's on. Still.
It is, well, okay.
Last I checked.
I went wedding dress shopping in Melbourne. So I went in Gold Coast actually a little while ago, went to 2 dress places. I kind of liked one of them, but was just like, I'm not blown away. This isn't feeling like these are my dresses. Went down to Melbourne literally for 1 day. I caught a flight in the morning, went and did my dress shopping with my sister, Henry's mum, Henry's auntie, and my best friend, and tried on about 7 dresses, fell in love with all of them. Was like, great, what am I going to do? I'm obsessed with
she bought all of them.
No,
I'm joking.
Imagine that.
Well, fuck, I wouldn't know.
No.
Probably did.
No, I didn't. I and it was so hard. You know what? Like, people always tell you the hardest thing about trying on wedding dresses is the opinions that you hear from people. And so like, I would try on a dress and walk out being like, oh, I'm waiting for everyone's jaws to drop. Like, everyone's going to be like, oh. And then I'd walk out and it was like dead silence. And I knew straight away that they didn't like the dress. And I'm like, fuck. And that happened twice that I thought I was trying on the dress. And then they weren't impressed. And then when I was trying on other dresses that were immediate no's for me, they were like, wow. So it was super confusing. But then there was the dress that I ended up choosing was everyone's second favorite dress. And looking back, I was like, it was so obvious that it was my favorite. And that I just was like, it's so overwhelming trying on all these other dresses. And when you have an idea of what you think you're going to wear, so that's why I had this like clear idea. So when I tried this dress on first, I was like, well, it doesn't look like the dress that I had in mind, if that makes sense. So then that's what dissuaded me the first time. But when I looked back, I was like, well, it's by far the best dress. So why would I choose it based on what I wanted initially?
Yeah. So that's done. And then what? It's a bit of a hiatus for a while for everything.
Yeah, I think like next step is I'm going to start getting my bridesmaids dresses organized.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, it's a bit of a hiatus for a little while. Pretty much everything's pre-booked in.
I don't think I've ever used that word. And if I did, I reckon I nailed it. Did I nail it?
I think so.
Hiatus is just a space of time where nothing's going on, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think you got it. Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
I'm still with it. It's because of those tablets we're taking. Those,
Oh, yeah.
those mints. We
Have you
talk about
guys-
that? Is it
What?
illegal?
Have you got, yeah, no, it's not.
Wait,
It's everything legal, okay?
Well, we don't know because it's so. Well, no, okay, no, it
We
is.
don't know.
No, it is. But why? The reason I say that is because the podcast got taken down. American podcast when they were talking about the
Really?
thing that's in it got famously taken down. It's meant to be a conspiracy
it's
to
a
be
bit
like
of a
we're not
cons-
meant to know that we're meant to be taking.
So,
this.
Right.
It's
have you heard of Neurogum?
No.
Okay, neither had I. But then I started when I did hear about it, I started seeing it everywhere. It's like it's this gum or mint that we have,
We have the mints.
which like it's basically this what it's called L-theanine or something.
L-theanine. Know about it?
No.
Basically, it's like have you seen the movie Limitless?
Yeah. That's what I was about to
It's
say.
literally that's the concept. So it's like we only use 40% of our brains.
Yeah,
This accesses a bit more of it. The only thing that we can go off is they make us feel pretty good for the whole day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there is a bit of caffeine in it as well. So
Okay.
I'm sort of stuck in a bit of a like, is
You
it
don't
because
know-
of the caffeine and I'm
Yeah.
just buzzed all day? But it's the idea of it's sort of like a unsubscribed Dexy.
It's a naturally occurring substance, I believe.
Yeah,
Naturally
yeah.
caring when you take it.
But yeah, what's inside it is not scientifically proven, and
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
not,
recommend
so-
getting it.
I also love that this all stemmed from you just saying the word hiatus.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's it. I'm on, and it's because we took these tablets.
I also
Fucking
can't
A.
say,
That's a great
because Henry's
call.
like, I reckon they work. Do you reckon they work? I'm like, I don't know why I take Dexies, like prescribed Dexies for my
Yeah,
ADHD.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I don't know what's that and what is the
I'm
L-theanine.
playing pretty good FIFA at the moment, so that's where I'm at.
Oh, okay. Well, then, yeah.
So-
Yeah.
Has to be.
Before you were no good, obviously.
Yeah. So that's also where I'm at with my life. Like that's an update for me. Like I'm taking a drug to improve my mental state of being,
Playing FIFA.
which I didn't think was required
Yeah.
until we got engaged. So
I like how this podcast started with, I don't have time to talk to my parents.
Yeah, no, we're playing FIFA.
Yeah, sorry. That's one of those ones where I'm like, I don't know what goes on throughout the day.
I get
but
it though.
Yeah, I'm certainly not calling mum on speaker while I'm playing FIFA.
Yeah.
Or
Really?
COD, or
That's
no way.
the only
He
time
has
it's cool.
been. He's been only recently into FIFA. We've had it for a while now.
Yeah, I
but
didn't
he
touch
only recently really got into it, and
good,
now
eh?
he's like, oh, I accidentally traded a player that I've been working on for seasons. I was like, Henry,
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
a game.
It's pretty annoying.
Well, I'm Wrexham. You know, like
Yeah.
what's his name?
Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan
and,
Reynolds. So I took Wrexham from their league all
Rob,
the way
yeah,
up. We
yeah.
won the Champions League last year. It's a cool idea.
That's very cool.
And also the idea of it was Annie was hot on me not being out of my room
Oh,
for a
yeah.
long period of time. So the PlayStation's outside.
I don't
while I'm
mind it.
in the space, like
Yeah,
the major
yeah.
space where everyone can sort of like at least see I'm alive. So her justification was at least I can see you gaming.
Yeah.
Opposed
yeah.
to the door shut and you playing on your phone. It's like,
Yeah, yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
So ever since then, it's been pretty good.
Yeah. You also only do it for like a couple hours a day. It's not like
Yeah,
you're
you
sitting
can't
there-
crunch it too much.
No.
It's good.
So yeah, I'm trying to think what updates. Like, what else is there?
I don't know. Do you want to talk about Bonnie?
Yeah, we should talk about Bonnie. I
still love Bonnie. I'm joking, but last time I was on here, I said that I'm
no,
still
yeah.
fluttering over it. So I'm
yeah,
like,
I know. Well, things have changed a bit since then.
Yeah,
Okay, so let's paint the picture. So, before we go to Bonnie, I did want to speak about this first because I feel like it's relevant to the story. Did my challenge, which I think was the last time I probably came on here and gave everyone an update. Did my challenge, and then obviously I think I did the podcast straight after, and it was like a couple days after that I had issues with my health. I have been having ongoing issues with my health since January. It's all like period related, women's health related. Basically couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. Was just getting my period basically like every 8 days whilst I was on the pill. It didn't really make sense. Anyway, I was trying to get to the bottom of it. The week of my challenge felt great, did the challenge. A few days later, started bleeding, was worried that it was potentially challenge related. Went to go get it checked just to make sure. They ran a bunch of tests. Everything was okay, that nothing had been ruptured. It wasn't like everyone said. That there was certainly no STIs, no STDs. There's none of that. But turns out it was probably just my ongoing health issues that I had already had occurring and perhaps the inflammation from the day. I don't know. So that happened. Kind of spoke about it on my Instagram and TikTok and all of that. And then this sort of leads to, by the way, I'm feeling great now. All my health issues have been fixed, it seems. Everything's all good. I have had a really good relationship with Bonnie, which I've spoken about. We did schoolies together. We did spring break together. Since spring break, we've had a great open discussion, constantly talking back and forth about things going on Instagram or on OnlyFans and, keeping each other, up to date and helping each other out, which is what we've always done. And then Bonnie got banned from OnlyFans, and I saw the news article and my heart sank. Like I just felt so horrible because not that it was my fault, but like I felt horrible that she lost her mainstream of income, especially when she was earning as much money as she was, on top of the world, had everything going for her, and then her main source of income gets ripped away from her. So I sent her a message and said, I've just seen this. Is this true? I'm like, I hope it's not. She told me that it was, and I said, I'm so sorry. That's absolutely fucked. Like, blah, 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 blah. And then I basically said, whatever you do next, I'm sure it's going to be amazing. I'm sure you'll do great because she's Bonnie Blue. And then a week later, I open Instagram and I see a video clip of her basically saying that she's the best in the industry. Everyone copies her, and at least I don't end up vlogging my hospital trips after doing my challenge or something like that. Clearly taking a dig at me. And I was like, oh, and I felt this little like, when you get hurt by someone, you feel that little like, ouch. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to message her because I'm like, well, maybe there's a reason for this. And I was like, I just thought like, oh, maybe she should have given me the heads up. Like it's fine. Like it hurts, but it's fine. But I would have preferred her to like message me and give me the heads up or something that she was going to say that. So I messaged her expecting an apology of being like, I'm so sorry. I should have told you about this. Like blah, 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 blah. Whatever. And I didn't get that. She sent me a message, but no apology, basically saying, oh, I'm just trying to like highlight the fact that OnlyFans is singling me out and it's like, double standards because other people are doing what I'm doing and they're not getting banned. And I was like, okay. So I just, kind of left it. And then since then, I saw more and more videos, more and more media articles where she was basically saying that she was essentially, long story short, trying to get me banned from OnlyFans too because I did challenge style content, and why was she getting banned but I wasn't? And here's the thing. Bonnie and I are not the same. We have not done the same style content. My stance has always been female empowerment, respect, consent, all these things. Whereas Bonnie was basically saying she was going to be put in a glass box in the middle of London tied up, not even able to use her hands, to be used and abused by anyone, open to the public. People were making videos talking about how they were going to go in there and like do this. So like it was very much a non-consensual, very like outrageous thing to say, and that was the reason why she got banned. So to say that I should be banned too because I did one big challenge day and have not sold the content on OnlyFans, that's unfair. Henry?
Yeah, I mean, it's I famously keep out of these affairs, but I do think if you were to look at it black and white, let's say that I'm your regular Joe listening to this, it seems exactly how it is. So you've been more steady in approach, like certainly getting a lot more people's advice with it and being careful with it, and you've got your team. I hear a lot of conversations with you and your team, and it seems a lot more calculated and respectful to the industry. I've got no reason to lie about any of this, by the way. And hers is certainly, I only see Bonnie's once it's come out, so I don't know the process that she gets to get to where all of her content comes out, but like it's so in your face, it's like crass as all fuck.
I think
and
also
I always feel like a bit
rage bait.
gross. Yeah, a lot of it's rage bait, but that's a lot of the industry as well. But predominantly, I just feel worse off seeing Bonnie shit. I think that's why she's got such a cult following of like, have you seen Bonnie Blue's wild like, you know, it's just, it was a bit more shit in every way. So ultimately, if she gets banned I remember when I might have even come to you first and be like, have you seen, actually you would have known before me.
Yeah.
But when I saw that whole being in a box thing or whatever the fuck that was going to be, I, who's someone who's like familiar with the world that you guys are in and have, you know, we'd just gotten through your challenge day. And by that, I mean, I had nothing to do with it, but like, I've just been in the world. I know the language, I know the lingo. And I was like, that is so fucked up, you know? So ultimately, that's what it comes down to. You can like, there are similarities between your body.
Yes,
that's
which
the truth.
I have.
And for God's sake, like, you know, it's much of a muchness, but when it comes down to the fine print of which OnlyFans is a huge company. And so if they tear her away from it, and she would have given them a lot of money as well, it's for a pretty good reason. And like they've allowed all of you guys to do some pretty wild shit, in my opinion, as a commoner. But ultimately, it's like you fucking crossed the line, and you need to own up to it. And yeah, her retracting it now, and like the definition of backpedaling and trying to drag everyone down with her, and that's just a cry for help, which is sad. I'm with Annie. Bonnie, you've listened to this. I do think it's sad that what happened to you, but ultimately, it's probably fair enough. And if there's fine print to read as to the rules that she broke, I'm sure that's the reason ultimately.
And I think like I remember when she did first get banned, when I first messaged her before she started making those statements about me, she mentioned that there had been another creator who I won't name for her sake, that apparently Bonnie got in trouble for something that other creator did, which could very much have happened. I don't know. And if that did happen, that would suck. But ultimately, I do think the reason why Bonnie lost her account was not because of that creator's mistake. It was because she was going to do the petting zoo, which was the glass box thing in London.
It's also just the straw that broke the camel's back.
Yeah,
I
think like, so everyone who does challenge style content had been reached out to by OnlyFans themselves, myself included. And OnlyFans basically said like, we don't ever want to ban someone from a platform. We want to try and like make them aware of what our guidelines are and where we draw the line. And that's what they did with me. And after I had that conversation with them, I was like, right, challenge style content done. Like I respect the platform, I respect their guidelines, and I'm not going to do anything to cross those boundaries. And that's done. So I have to assume that OnlyFans had that same discussion with Bonnie. And so any decision that was made after that, there was going to be repercussions. The other thing that I do want to say that was really upsetting was that Bonnie basically said that I copied her, which for me was a little bit triggering because I started doing challenges back in 2023. And when Bonnie sort of came onto the scene in 2024, I had a lot of people reach out to me and say, this girl is copying you. Like she's literally taken your idea and she's, posting all these TikToks, basically taking your style of content. And I said, look, At the end of the day, it's what's it called? Like, it's flattery when someone, you know, takes inspiration from you. And I said, you know, she's put her own spin on it, which is great. She's not copying me word for word. She's doing, you know, essentially a similar thing to what I'm doing, but she's put her own spin on it. She decided to do the schoolies thing, the spring break thing. So it was, you know, similar to my content, but she changed it slightly. And so I easily could have said, oh, she's copying me, and like been up in arms about it. But instead I chose to support her. I never once felt bad about it either. Like, it wasn't like I wasn't angry at her. I wasn't threatened by her. It was like,
as
cool.
far as I know, ultimately ended up helping her. Right?
Yeah, and that's
or
the
just
thing.
giving her advice, even if she wanted it.
And
or not,
but
you reached out if she
vice
was.
versa. I think she saw that respect come from me, where I chose to say, hey, like, I appreciate what you're doing. You obviously are a hard worker, and I respect that. Hey, like, let's team up. Let's do this together. Let's help each other out. And that's sort of the trajectory we were on for a long time. And I thought that things were really great, and I thought things were really good, and I thought we were supporting each other. And that's why I was so blindsided, and especially when she said, to then come out and say that I copied her was really frustrating, because that's not what happened. But yeah.
Body Blue is no more, so.
Well, you know, I think she's the thing that I will say, she's created a big name for herself, and I think she has the potential now to do something, you know, else with it, something better with it, broaden her horizons.
But then also, like, the bigger you are, the harder you fall. She had an opportunity to be way more influential and to do things the right way. I think that she hasn't, from my opinion, which is someone that's taken back from everything, is, you know, she cooked it, basically. And if she had a better team, I met half her team, wasn't impressed with half her team personally. Again, personal opinion. And when I see the comparison between your team and hers, which is, again, the only thing I've got to go off, so it's not, my opinion is nowhere near the be all and end all, but it's pretty bloody obvious how it got to where it was, because, you know, I don't know.
Yeah.
I could be talking shit, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah. I think kind of, going back to what we were saying before about how, like, I take huge responsibility in that I know I have a voice and that everything I do is going to get scrutinized, but also there are young girls out there looking up to me potentially, and that I'm going to say things and do things that I believe in, and that I'm not, you know what I mean? Whereas
I think there's just also an element of, like, you know, when it all happened and when your name started getting dragged through it with this whole thing with Bonnie, that's where you have to say something, because up until that point, it didn't really involve you.
Yeah.
And we were talking about it over the dinner table, let's say, about like, I wonder what's going to happen from it. And then it wasn't until you get associated in a negative light where you have to. And if you don't, then, well, you know, what does that say about you?
Yeah.
Just copying shit for no reason.
And that was the thing. It's like, I wasn't actually going to say anything until
Yeah.
my name got dragged through the mud, and then I have to clear things up at that point. And so that's where we're at. But I think I said this in a TikTok, like, wish Bonnie all the best. I'm never going to wish ill on someone. I hope that things turn around for her, and I hope that she can realize she made a mistake and she's lost a friend who supported her. Okay, well, I guess going back onto something positive, we forgot to mention our engagement party, which was back in May.
What are we in now? July,
mid-July.
So
Yeah, it's
pretty good.
Wow, crazy.
Pretty good.
Yeah, it was super fun.
Yeah, I got rinsed. But not America rinsed. If people remember that episode, and where I was a fucking mess and stuff, it wasn't like that.
No.
But it, my mum and my little brother sadly couldn't get there till about 9:30, and we'd been there since 6. And so it was good talking to them the next day, and I was like, so was it too confronting when you arrived? And they're like, you guys are all pretty pissed. And so, to that point, it was a success. But from what I heard, it was great. We had a good little gathering beforehand with half, if not most, of our groomsmen and bridesmaids. That was pretty cool for them to meet. The more opportunities that happened, the better, I think, because on the day they're quite involved with each other. So that was good to see. It went off with that hitch. So it's good for those things to not be packed full of drama, because sometimes everyone's like, you know, everything to do with the wedding is drama. You know, like an auntie beating up some fucking cousin or something. Like, it's not like that. So it was pretty good. And then I haven't been back to Melbourne since. I feel a bit guilty.
Yeah.
Like, it's, you know, maybe for the finals. Maybe I might go over there for a final. But Melbourne seems very far away at the moment.
Yeah, to be fair, like, I hadn't been there until I went wedding dress shopping. And I was like, I purposely went I flew in that morning, flew back that afternoon because I was like, I don't want to be there for more than 6 hours. Like we're at a point now where I think we're just so settled in Gold Coast and we've made such a good friendship group up here. And I've got my mum up here now and we've got our dog Billy and
a good judgment as to where we're at. And I think some people will be able to see where I'm coming from here is we went to a trivia night with our group of friends the other day at a pub. So I feel like that is a good telltale of where you're at in the community. It's like if you're starting to go to trivia as a group and making it a potential weekly thing. Mind you, we're not going back to that place because we sucked ass.
We came sixth and we thought we were coming second at halftime. Like we literally thought we were killing it. So embarrassed. Came sixth. They were also, to be fair, like there were 12 teams.
There was a lot of teams. I still feel as though as a group we weren't
very good.
We weren't on that day. We weren't talking. We got to the point where the boys were sitting at one end and we got banned from saying anything because we were just pissing ourselves. We felt like we were on some sort of drug. It was hilarious. We were pissing ourselves because just the minds at that table was just funny. But we've got a Harry Potter trivia night coming out
tomorrow, actually.
Which we should probably top up on that tonight. Maybe watch one that we're not familiar with.
Yeah, we've just started watching Stranger Things again before the final season comes out at the end of the year.
Yeah, but so we're pretty good. I mean, I keep on thinking that there's only there's 2 weeks until we move into our new place. So once we do that, Annie fucks off for a month, which would be good.
No, it's not going to be good. He keeps saying it's
it'll be good.
He's going to be sad.
It'll be seriously
good.
No,
he said to me, I'm going to miss you. He said it. It happened.
I know right things to say. I know what to say to a partner who's about to go
no,
away.
He said,
for me to be able to run a fuck a bit and to be like, but I said I miss you. No. It's good. No, I think it'd be good for Annie to do it because she's had this on her plate for ages. And when she gets it done and comes back, like she's going to order bits and pieces for the house for me to put in place when she's away. So when she comes back, she can be somewhat wowed with some spaces. And then like my family's going to come over potentially for a couple of weeks or a week, which would be good because I haven't seen it. The housewarming, so I feel like we're settled, but we're not going to be 100% until we move into this house.
It's for me, I feel like I won't feel completely settled until September when I've come back from my trip and I can like actually enjoy the house because I'm so sad that I'm moving into my dream home and I'm literally there for a week and then I have to leave. But at the same time, I'm so excited. Actually, you know what I can mention about my trip because I'm keeping most of it a secret, but I will say that Taylor is coming with me on the trip.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So she's coming over with me, which will be really fun. She's kind of helping me out. I don't want to say like as my assistant, but like sort of as an assistant role because I had an assistant and then things didn't work out. And then I was like, kind of put on my close friend stories, hey, I've got this opportunity. If anyone wants to come overseas with me and do some really cool things and all you have to do is film on my iPhone. Taylor was like, fuck yeah, let's go. And I was like, yes, that'll be so fun.
Yeah.
So, it's going to be really cool. We'll make some good content. And I think it'll be nice to have someone who I'm close with because I will miss Henry, even though.
She did ask for me to go and I said no. So I want that to be known.
I did, yeah.
And he's sort of like for a week there tried every different angle and I'm like, in no world am I going. After the American trip, after that episode of rinsing me. No, to be fair, I just knew that it was super media based and I like the proviso of me going to the previous trip was that I think it's good to make that clear separation between me having nothing to do with Annie's work.
Yeah.
Like zero. And on that trip, upon reflection, I struggled with being around parts of her work. So I said no, respectfully. And Annie and I always have these ideas of going overseas, but that's, I think should be more like a honeymoon idea or like for us to enjoy travel and I don't really want to go over there with work. So I'm not going, but I'll be back. I'll be trying my best to get the house into good nick so that she doesn't come back and shit a chicken, which she could easily do. So I've got a budget, weekly budget. I've got bits and pieces of my life that's got to be laid out for me while she's away, but ultimately it's pretty exciting stuff. But these next couple of weeks are going to be pretty, like Annie went on a bit of a blitz the other day. There's sort of like boxes popping up in certain areas. And it's going to get worse. Like the next 2 weeks, it's going to get fucking worse. Yeah. And I think once you realize that, and Annie's a clutter, but like hates clutter.
Yeah,
so I think the more the clutter pops up, it's the really worse stressful. Her brain is going to like deteriorate. And so it's going to be pretty shit.
It's
but once
really
we
hard.
move in, it'll be great. And the house it's a dream. And you'll probably see it a bit on the videos that we'll take for the housewarming and all that sort of stuff. So super exciting.
Yeah.
And you're furnishing it Annie?
Of course, yes.
Jeez.
So at the moment, we're like bringing across basically all the furniture we have, but it doesn't really suit the vibe of the house. So
We bought a lot of stuff from the owner, actually.
We did. We bought a few things off
She had
the
a vibe
owner.
going that we liked.
Yeah.
But we're planning to, I guess, replace things as we go. The house is also much bigger than the house that I'm in now, so we probably will end up keeping a lot of the stuff that we're bringing over anyway. Just put it in different
and the layout
locations.
sort of split in two, like downstairs and upstairs, which sounds like a bit of a no shit, but like a downstairs, it's got its own, it's got its own kitchen, its own bath. So it's like two separate
basically
houses.
it's what you
okay.
it's what you would call a granny flat, which sounds ugly, so we
Yeah.
don't like saying it.
No.
But the downstairs,
It's a fully functional house
it's
downstairs.
a fully functional, like you could have a whole like
a family
or a
down
couple
there.
living
Yeah.
down there at least.
And we wouldn't have to see
We
them.
would never have to see them, but we're not
Right.
doing that.
Yeah.
It's more for like guests and family
yeah.
members if they want to stay.
So I think I might have been one of the only ideas I had if you didn't probably have it. But I was like, why don't we keep all of this shit and just put it down, like furnish
Yeah.
downstairs with it?
which is pretty much what we're doing.
Yeah. So we'll do that and then upgrade a room at a time. I've sort of been somewhat a part of the art process. I keep on sending Annie photos of art that I like the look of.
The art, I like his taste in art, and he likes
Yeah, that's
mine
good.
because
Yeah.
he says he likes the art
Yeah.
that I've already got in the house.
Like we're big Bromley fans.
Yeah,
but
but-
that's the only name I have. But there's a few others.
The thing is, like, you can't really pick art until you're in the space with the furniture
Yeah,
first.
yeah,
you need
yeah.
to see it all come together.
That's very true, yeah.
So yeah, that's
So that'd be good. And then nothing for hopefully for a fucking fair while.
yeah,
I think. And it'd be like we would have conquered a fair bit come September.
yeah.
And it'd be good to kick back and chill.
Well-
it comes into like final season for footies. I want to be glued to the couch. I want a big fuck off TV. Like the biggest fucking TV. I'm looking at these panels around here. I'm thinking like those two together for finals footy. Because no, the way I say to Annie is like, I want to make the house so I don't have to leave the house, you know?
Yeah, well, famously, you don't leave the house anyway.
Yeah, but if I make it
yeah.
if everything is held, you know, and this house is so mint, in my opinion, it's
It
you know,
is. It's perfect.
that I don't, and we're getting to a stage of our lives where we've gone out enough.
Yeah, it's funny.
don't wanna do
So
that anymore.
because we went through a period of, especially after the engagement, where like, you know, every time, especially Henry when he's by himself, gets approached by so many people, which is so interesting. Like people will approach him and annoy the shit out of him. So we kind of got to that point of being like, well, why don't we just like, you know, if we're gonna, we'll have people to our house, we'll have drinks at home, or we'll do this
Yeah.
at home. And
Yeah.
but then it got to the point where it had been 2 months and I hadn't seen the outside world, and I was like, Henry, like, can we please just go to the Burley pub for like one drink? But then you go there and then you're like looking around, everyone's staring at you, whispering, and you're like, okay, let's go home now.
No good.
It's no good. That's the fact.
I don't like going there, and no one knows.
Dude. Dude.
Well, okay, we've found a
Fuck.
new local, which I'm not going to say on here because I don't
No.
want anyone coming.
we
but-
live in Brisbane now.
No,
Like, fuck. Don't.
we don't actually. But yeah, anyway. But when we go there, it seems to be okay. It's manageable.
Manageable is the right word. But I'm glad we did it because it's just a little reminder of how shit it is
When it
going out.
happens, yeah.
Because
But like I always say, when I go out on my own, yeah, I get people coming up to me. Everyone's respectful. Everyone's great. Can I get a photo? Done. That's it. And then when Henry and I are together, no one approaches us. And then when Henry's by himself,
I get rinsed.
he gets fucked up.
I get fucking rinsed.
yeah.
Mate.
People just
Which,
Just
what
like-
demographic?
Oh, dude. So the
All
PAV
of them.
demographic, let's say.
Okay.
Like, which is what? You got your schmuck 40-year-olds that are still doing bags on the
Yeah,
weekend
yeah.
when they should be looking after their wife and kid at home.
Yeah.
And then there's the rugby players, and then there's just
Yeah,
like the
okay.
douchebag 18-year-olds who, you know, just finished school. But I'll either get it like lining up for a beer, and they'll be like, do several takes. And I'm like, so what are we doing here? You know? I'm like, do I know you? It's like either something as really as crass as like, you fucking that bird. And I'll be like,
You mean my fiance?
and then I've fortunately been with friends or like people that would know enough about it, and they would actually have to say it for me. I famously keep my cool. I don't do anything because that's what
They
would
want.
get me into trouble when I've
course.
been in trouble before. I
Yeah.
don't want to get into trouble again. And they'll be like, you mean his fiance, dude? And then they'll be like, but to be fair, a lot of them don't double down. They'll be like, oh yeah, I meant fiance.
Oh,
You
that's
know,
good.
It's not like a proper
Yeah.
in my face, like
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
fucking a, you know, or whatever.
Yeah.
That would probably, every man's got their limit, and I probably would crack the shit.
Mm.
A fair few boys went out with me to Adelaide for a footy game not too long ago during the gather round. And we copped it a fair bit that weekend as well. So it's circumstantial. It's about where
Yeah.
you are. And that's not the reason why I'm in hiding.
No.
I'm a man.
I think the reason why
fuck you up.
he's in hiding is because we're just happy.
Yeah, that's right. And we've got this beautiful house now with a great spaces to host. And my fondest memories of my family growing up is them hosting a plethora of people, having bottles of wine stacked up at the bin afterward. Like, it's just beautiful. Like, that's sort of what I've always wanted. And call it maturing. I don't know what it is, but I've done my I've gone out to shit. I've gone out to Melbourne till days at a time, every establishment. Going to sport was cool the other week. We went to a Gold Coast game. Respectfully, Gold Coast Suns, I will never go watch you ever again. It was fucking shit. The Oval sucked.
It was a horrible stadium.
Fuck.
I think once you've been in Melbourne and you've been to
Gone to the
MCG,
G,
like you can't compare. Even Marvel. I mean, it's not the best, but it's
just
was
the home of
better
footy,
than that.
you know? And up here's a half rugby, half thing. So yeah, it's like I think it's good to go out for dinners. We still love doing that. We still love finding a little hidden gem for a drink or whatever. We're not social recluses, but we are looking forward to the phase of our life where we can just stay at home, have nice bottles of red, and host great people.
Yeah.
You know, that's sort of where we're at. So,
But I guess to wrap up the episode, I was talking to Taylor the other day about potentially her coming on for an episode.
Oh, fun.
Because she's got updates in her life and she started a brand which has gone really well. I
Wow.
believe she's almost sold out, which is cool.
Was this the one she was talking about ages ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah,
That's
it's called
exciting.
Clean Slate. It's a like a tracksuit.
we got some
brand.
of her gear. We should have worn it.
We should. I've been wearing it in the mornings because it's super, super cozy and warm, and it's the only jumper I have that
massive.
keeps me warm. Like so cuddly and just like has the hood and everything. Anyway, but yeah, so that's great. I'm
Hoodie
sure-
jumper,
It's a
I
hoodie
assume.
jumper. I don't want to say anything. It's like, it's got a hood. It's like expected. Would be very odd if it didn't. That'd be a fucking unbelievable hoodie. A hoodie without a hood, which would be a jumper.
Stop it.
She's off her guts. I'm telling you, it's already started. Her brain is fried.
Anyway,
Help
it's
me,
the L-theanine
everyone.
not working for me.
Yeah, not working for you. Fuck, there's a whole tablet.
Take a hiatus.
Yeah, take a hiatus as well.
Hiatus.
Dude, take everything from this pod and just figure it out. Because I love being perfect.
How do you get this going, Woodman? Are we allowed to talk about that?
Yeah. Neurogun. Like
It's
I'm pretty
go
sure.
get it.
I think
Is
I
it
got
available?
it on Amazon or something.
Oh,
I don't know.
wow.
Yeah, it's not. It's like it's fine. It
not legal.
arrived
No.
within a couple of days.
It's an American product, though.
American
right?
product. Yeah, I
Yeah.
got I forget how much it was. $100, but I got like 1 billion of them.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
old school tin packet, slide it open,
Fun
big
as.
circle mint, sort of like a fisherman's friend.
But really
Branded?
good mints as
Branded,
well.
yeah.
Okay, so not just like a clean packet.
No,
that
not
looks
some
different.
Oh,
clean
no.
skin packet.
Yeah,
We've got
no.
plenty of those.
Yeah.
For other reasons. No, I'm joking. Everything's fun.
Anyway, so yeah. But yeah, I'm excited to come back in September and I'll be doing hopefully more podcasts. Henry's like, oh, when we get back, we'll be chilling. No, he's going to be chilling. I'm very much on the grind always. I'm always doing stuff with work, always trying to keep my subs interested in what I'm doing. So
I'm very busy.
Henry's very busy with his FIFA
comp,
and
yeah.
all that stuff.
FIFA and just like I'm the anchor. That's what I call myself. I want to get a tattoo of one on me because that's my role in this house. Like I keep things grounded and do the day to day.
It is true, to be fair.
Which sounds like it's not easy,
No,
but
that's hard.
it's my thing. It's my
Yeah.
gig.
Yep.
Annie famously says she can't do it. So then if I don't do it, then the house doesn't run.
Yeah.
I think.
Yes, correct. That is
I'm
correct.
sure it would probably get done if I did do it. But still.
Well, but then
At what cost? At what cost? Nah, it's all good. Everything's fine.
Anyway, so yeah, that pretty much wraps up the episode. Unless there's anything you need to add.
Nah.
No. Okay, well, I will see you guys in September. And if you want to stay tuned on anything that I'm doing, make sure to just check in on my Instagram, my main Instagram, which is Annie K Knight. Otherwise, yeah, message me on annieknight.unhinged. That's my Instagram, right? Yeah.
Don't message me.
Don't
try
message
and find me.
Henry. He'll be reclusing.
I'll be reclusing. I'll be hiatusing.
Yes, big
fuck
time.
No, you know that.
And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys next time.
Ciao, Bella.
Update on Annie Knight.
So I've seen online that someone by the name of Annie Knight are coming to the Gold Coast for schooling.
You and Annie Knight are getting deported from Fiji.
So unhinged.
Hey guys, they were talking about Annie Knight, who has been labeled Australia's most promiscuous woman.
This shit unhinged?